Imagine you're standing at a crowded farmer's market in Seattle trying to convince a distracted shopper to try your local honey. You've got a simple sign, a smile, but something's missing. Suddenly, a tiny tweak, a single word boosts your sales by more than 50%. What's that word, and why does it work so well? The answer lies in the secret science of persuasion, hidden in everyday moments and waiting for you to wield it. Let's start with a tiny word that packs a huge punch. One word changes everything when you ask for favors. Sounds simple, right? But listen to what happened in a Harvard experiment that flipped assumptions on their head. At Harvard, researchers asked people waiting to use a copier if they could cut in line. When the request included the word because followed by a reason, even a trivial one like because I need to make copies, compliance shot up dramatically from 60% to nearly 95%. Just adding because made the request feel legitimate, not demanding. Think of your brain like a polite receptionist. When you say because, you hand the receptionist a reason to say yes instead of mulling it over or tossing it away. That reason, however flimsy, smooths the social gears. People want to be cooperative, and because gives them a cue to comply. Here's the kicker, it's not magic. Your reason can be meaningless, but the politeness wrapped in because triggers automatic cooperation. So next time you ask for something, don't just ask, give a reason even if it's mundane. You'll see surprising yesies lining up. You might assume more options means happier decisions. But what if endless choices actually bury your persuasion chances? Here's a jam story that flips choice on its head. At a suburban supermarket, one display offered 24 jam flavors, while another only 6. More people stopped at the big display, but sales, they skyrocketed on the 6-flavor table, selling 10 times more jam. Shoppers dazzled by choice froze, too many options held them back from committing. Imagine your brain as a waiter in a busy restaurant. When you toss 24 desserts at it, the waiter hesitates, confused on what to recommend. But with 6 solid options, decision is swift, satisfaction higher. Too much choice triggers mental paralysis, while fewer options spotlight the best paths. Takeaway: when you present requests or products, trim excess options. It's the paradox of choice. More isn't better, simpler baskets lead to bigger checkouts. Cutting clutter means cutting resistance, smoothing your way to yes. Ever met a dentist named Dennis? Sounds random, but here's why knowing about Dennis helps you win at persuasion, especially in tricky competitive arenas. Researchers discovered a curious fact. Dentists named Dennis are more likely than those with other names to conform to professional norms and recommendations. It turns out the familiarity of a name creates unconscious loyalty to shared traits or values, subconsciously influencing decisions and trust. Names anchor identity, like a brand tagline you live by. When you use someone's name or reveal shared names, you trigger a powerful connection, like handshake from the subconscious. It's why stores and sellers who use your name feel more trustworthy and convincing. But here's the twist. Using names to bind rivals or competitors can boomerang. If you inconvenience a rival by tagging their name or reputation, they might dig in harder or retaliate. Persuasion using names is powerful, but deploy it wisely, you're lighting a spark that can warm or burn. Remember that Seattle market where a single word turned strangers into customers? Now you know why, because opens doors, how fewer choices simplify yes, and the surprising power names wield in your favor. So tonight, try this. When you need a yes, add a because, any reason will do. It's a small word that opens up a big world of influence. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.